Hey guys, it's Andy. I'm back here for another Make a Mega episode. If you've been following along with the previous episodes, you'll know that I've been going through a list of Pokemon which are rumored to be getting Mega Evolutions in the upcoming Pokemon games Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee Edition. Now, whether these rumors are true or not, I don't know or really care. Obviously, I would prefer them to be true because I love Mega Evolution. I think it's a wonderful mechanic. I'm incredibly disappointed with the treatment it's received ever since Generation 7, basically. But even if these rumors aren't true, I'm still enjoying making Megas. And as I'm sure you can see by the title, today I'm going to be making Megas for the original Eeveelutions, Jolteon, Vaporeon, and Flareon. So without any further ado, let's just get started with the one that needs a Mega the most, Flareon. Flareon is arguably the worst evolution of all. Its unfortunate fate is that of a physical attacking fire type. And while that alone isn't too detrimental, as seen by things like Darmanitan or Charizard X for example, Flareon lacks other qualities that make Darmanitan and Zard X shine, like better stats, particularly speed. They also have a much better move pool than Flareon. Even their abilities benefit them greatly, whereas Flareon's abilities still can't quite make it overcome its other glaring weaknesses. Flareon has gotten quite a few buffs over the years, particularly the physical special split, in addition to giving it Flare Blitz, did wonders for it. It also received Guts as a Dream World ability in Gen 5, allowing it to hit even harder. But even with these buffs, Flareon has still been unable to shine, mostly in part due to its stats and move pool. And we can't really do anything about the move pool, but with the advent of Mega Evolution, we can increase its stats, which I believe can make Flareon finally viable. So as of right now, these are Flareon's stats. Like all Eeveelutions, it has 525 total stats distributed in increments of 130, 110, 65, 65, 95, and 60, with Flareon having the unfortunate fate of that 130 stat being Attack, and its next highest stat, 110, being Spadef. It really stretches itself thin, being too slow to really benefit from having such a massive attack stat, while also lacking a nice HP stat to complement its nice special defense stat. It's too slow to be a glass cannon and too frail to be a tank, and its abilities, Flash Fire and Guts, while decent, don't really help it in that regard. It's still really unable to find itself a niche. So with that in mind, when coming up with an idea for Mega Flareon, I had a role in mind, that resembling more of a glass cannon with a little bit of bulk in addition. Right off the bat, I would immediately give Mega Flareon 50 speed, bumping it up to 115. I thought about giving it no speed and just making this a dedicated tank, but with its pitiful HP stat, I ultimately decided I wanted this to be speedy. 115 isn't even all that fast actually, I just felt it would be nice to outspeed the base 110 mark. And for the rest of its stats, I dropped 20 into its attack, putting it at 150, while giving 15 to defense and special attack, putting them at 75 and 110 respectively. This puts its special attack and special defense at an even 110. I considered not boosting its special attack at all, maybe boosting defense more or even special defense more, but I do like the idea of a potentially mixed attacking variant of Mega Flareon, so I felt boosting its special attack to 110 would be nice. In that same regard, I guess I didn't need to boost its physical defense if I was just going to make this more offensive, but I felt 60 physical defense was just too low, and I'm definitely more comfortable at 75. It's still probably gonna drop to most physical attacks, especially if they're super effective, but I just like this way better. And for the ability, it took me a while to decide how I wanted to do this. I didn't know if I wanted to give all the Eeveelutions similar abilities like they had with the original Water Absorb, Flash Fire, Volt Absorb, or if I should just branch out, give them whatever I felt fit for them. But what ended up happening was something pretty unexpected but very cool. I actually looked at already existing abilities, but gave them a spin of each Eeveelution's type, and I think they'd be very fitting for a Mega of that type. For example, with Flareon here, the first ability I could think to give it was a Fire type Poison Touch, where instead of having a chance to poison an enemy you make contact with, you would obviously have a chance to burn them. Combine this with Flare Blitz, which already has a chance to burn and is already Flareon's most spammable move in general, and even resists or switch-ins that want to come in won't appreciate a burn afterwards. So I think it goes without saying that the role of this Mega Flareon would be to come in, hit something hard and fast with Flare Blitz. Even resists that come in have a decent chance to get burned. As far as move sets for Mega Flareon, Flare Blitz is a given. You could also run maybe like Flame Charge or Flamethrower, Lava Plume. As I said before, Flareon's move pool isn't exactly great. You might have to rely on things like Return or even Quick Attack or a hidden power of some kind. I had Water in mind just versus other Mega Flareons, but now that I think about it, Return would probably be stronger due to Flareon's mismatched defense stats. So maybe something like Rock or Ground could work. At the end of the day, the main move that matters is Flare Blitz. It's the best move in Flareon's arsenal and is going to be the most spammed move. And until Game Freak buffs Flareon's move pool, which I don't see happening, I don't think it's going to get much better for Mega Flareon. So yeah, that's about all I have to say about Flareon. Now let's move on to Jolteon. Jolteon is arguably one of the better Eeveelutions with a nice type, as well as stats to complement its typing. Like Flareon, it has minimal HP and physical defense. It's also got low physical attack, but it makes up for that with incredible speed at 130, 110 special attack, and 95 special defense. All in all, Jolteon is a solid, fast, special attacking electric type. Its abilities, like Flareon's, are decent, but don't really do much for it. Volt Absorb makes it immune to electric types, while Quick Feet gives it additional speed, not that Jolteon would ever need it. Anyone who uses Quick Feet Jolteon is insane, and this should not be something that exists. Now we're looking good. I think I Quake. Yeah, I'll just Quake. I don't know if he'll stay in or not, but if he goes Mence, it's not Intimidate, so my Rock Slide's gonna do a nice amount. Scizor could come in, but it's at 63. Earthquake did a bit, so I don't know how bulky it is. This Earthquake's probably going to do a lot more. Well, maybe not, because it's not stab. But he's still outsped. Huh? Quick Feet Jolt. Oh my god. Okay. In all seriousness though, like I said, Jolteon is decent as it is and doesn't need a Mega, but I definitely feel a Mega can do Jolteon wonders. So for stats, I'd give Mega Jolteon, I immediately gave it 30 speed, putting it at 160. At 160, it would be tied with Ninjask for the second fastest Pokemon in the game. And while I do believe Jolteon is deserving of that title, I could understand if some people weren't okay with that and would prefer it if Jolteon only hit 150, but for my build, I'm gonna go with the hypothetical 160. In addition to that, I would give it 40 special attack, putting it at 150, while giving 15 to each of its defenses, putting it at 75 physical defense and 110 special defense. Again, like Flareon, because its HP stat is so minimal, it's not going to appreciate the additional bulk as much. But I definitely feel like just that little bit of padding on both sides would definitely be adequate for Mega Jolteon. For the ability, I initially thought Mold Breaker. I don't know why that one came to me. I just felt maybe being able to hit Volt Absorb Mons or like Motor Drive Mons would be nice. But then another ability came to me. As I said with Flareon, my ideas for each of these evolutions would be pre-existing abilities, but just switch the types around to make them fit. So for Mega Jolteon, I have the ability Scrappy, but instead of normal and fighting types being able to hit Ghost, this ability would allow Mega Jolteon to hit ground types with electric moves. I really thought hard about this because I was trying to determine if this would be too broken or not. But as it stands now, I really don't think it would be. Jolteon already uses Hidden Power Ice to snipe things like Gliscor and Landorus. Pure ground types like Hippowdon, for example, would still be able to take hits from Jolteon just due to its natural bulk. So I don't really think this would make Mega Jolteon too unbalanced or too good. That being said though, this would give Jolteon an astronomical buff just for the fact that it could always freely click Volt Switch and not have to worry about an opponent coming in and being immune to it. That being said, for a moveset for Mega Jolteon, I believe Thunderbolt and Volt Switch are absolutely necessary. You could also keep HP Ice because even though Thunderbolt would now be stronger versus a lot of foes, it's still nice to hit things like dragons like Zygarde or Garchomp. And then for a final move, you could really run anything. I'd probably just opt for Thunder Wave as a nice going away present if you're about to be KO'd. The main moves of this set though are Thunderbolt and Volt Switch. And I feel like with these stats and this ability, Mega Jolteon can certainly make excellent use out of these moves. And that about wraps up Jolteon, so it's time to move on to the final original Eeveelution, Vaporeon. Vaporeon is another one of the better Eeveelutions. Some would even consider it the best before Sylveon's inception, and after this Mega, it might return to being the best. As we can see with its stats, its 130 stat was given to its HP, which is a phenomenal trait to have when you're being given a Mega Evolution, since that stat can never be increased. To complement that, it has 95 special defense, only 60 physical defense though, with 65 speed and physical attack, and then finally a solid 110 special attack. Again, it has two decent abilities, Water Absorb and Hydration. These two actually help it a bit more than Jolteon's and Flareon's did, just because Vaporeon is much better as a tank role, so it can benefit from those abilities more so than Flareon or Jolteon could. Anyway, for stats, I would give Mega Vaporeon, I started with 30 additional special attack, putting it at 140, 15 to speed, bumping it up to 80, 30 to physical defense, putting it at 90, and 25 to special defense, putting it at 120. This would make Vaporeon well-rounded everywhere, which I feel is great for a tank like this. And for the ability, like the other two, I thought of an already existing ability and just made it water exclusive, that being a water type Gale Wings. With Vaporeon's natural bulk and its ability to wish and heal itself back up to full, I think it can take advantage of a water type Gale Wings and just fire off powerful Surfs or Scalds or even Hydro Pumps. Speaking of which, let's talk about movesets this thing could run. Vaporeon actually has the best move pool out of the three, so it might get a little crowded when it comes to what you want to run, but it has plenty of viable options. I think Wish would be a given, no matter what set you run, just as a way to restore your HP. Surf, Scald, Hydro Pump, like I said, all could work. If you don't have Scald, you might want to run Toxic just as a way to throw around status. Protect could also be nice in conjunction with Wish. Ice Beam could be nice for more coverage. Same with Hidden Power of some kind. But like I said, ultimately I feel like with these stats and this ability, any of these could be viable. Just depends on what you want to use and how you want to build your team around it. And with that covers all three of the original Eeveelutions and how I would make Megas for them. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with these. If you disagree, let me know what you would do differently. And let me know how you're feeling about the Mega series in general. If you're enjoying it and haven't subscribed to my channel already, be sure to do so because I will continue making these. As of right now, I'm still cracking down on that list and I'm almost finished with it. We have about a month left until Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee come out, so I want to try to get the last few on that list done before then. After that list is done, I'll go back to including potentially any Pokemon, which I'm looking forward to. Hopefully you guys are as well. But either way, thank you for watching this video. Hope you stick around to see what I put out in the near future. But until that time, thank you for watching and have a good day, guys.